Welcome everyone to our Hatha yoga class. My name is Tammy and I'll be guiding you through the next hour. Our focus is on yoga boost, boosting our immune system, boosting the energy in our body, feeling ourselves come alive. We'll be moving through a number of postures to do that. The class will go fairly quickly. Our intention is awareness. Please come to a standing position in Tadasana, mountain pose at the top of your mat. Little shift through the body. And then find stillness. Ankles, knees, hips in line with each other. Turn your palms so they're facing forward. Draw the tailbone down. Draw your shoulders up, back, and then down your back. Drawing the navel in, so pulling the navel in towards your spine, about a 30% contraction, engaging your bandhas. Attach the string to the crown of the head and then lengthen up through the spine, pulling yourself up. So from the ground up, feeling your strength. From the toes of your feet to the crown of your head, feeling strength. Our intention again is yoga boost. So feeling that energy in our body, rooting yourself down, standing tall, making the mind-body connection. Notice your breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, the Ujjayi breath. Taking your hands a little bit further away from the body. With a nice big inhale breath, draw your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, bend through the knees, hinge to the hips. Inhale, come up to halfway, flat back, lengthen through your spine. You may look down to the floor. Exhale, release. Head hangs. Inhale, come up to halfway, flat back. Exhale, release. Head hangs. Inhale, come up to halfway lift. Exhale, release. Take your hands down to the ground. Step back with the right foot, left foot to your plank, and then come down to the knees, and then uncurl the toes into child's pose. Arms come behind, sitting back into the heels. Let the forehead rest. You may have the forehead resting on your mat or on your hands. You may stack your fists. Letting yourself go here. So making that connection to the earth. Letting your body soften. And then coming up to all fours. Ankles, knees, hips in line with each other. A little shift through the body. Wag your tail. Sit back into the heels and then come forward. Sit back and then forward. One more time. And then hold here, cat-cow. First into cow. Drawing your belly button down, but still engaging your navel towards your spine, drawing your heart up towards the spot, towards the sky. Exhale to cat, big arch. Inhale to cow. Hear your breath. Inhaling through the nose. Hear it to the back of your throat. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And then release into a neutral spine. To child's pose again, we're doing variations of child's pose. First of all, uncurl the toes, sit back into the heels, arms forward, and then we're walking our arms over to the left side. Forehead rests. Long through the side of your body, opening up. Your mind is probably still very busy, so turn your attention to your breath. Slowly releasing and then walking your arms over to the other side. And then again, let the forehead rest. Turn your attention to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds. And releasing, coming out of this variation of child's pose, bringing your arms back to the center. And then come back to all fours. Step forward with the right hand, step forward with the left hand. Draw your pelvis up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Drawing pelvis up, alternating knee bends. Spread your fingers out on your mat. And then find stillness. Draw your heels closer towards the mat. Upside down V. Bend through the knees. Look through your hands. Walk your feet towards your hands. Ankles, knees, hips in line with each other. Inhale, come up to halfway lift. Flat back again. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale, come up to halfway lift. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, fold back into plank. So step back with the right foot, left foot. And then here you can come down to the knees, back into child's pose again. Arms come back. Making your way back up to all fours. Step forward with the right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Here we're going to hold downward facing dog and then bend through the knees. Let the knees hover over your mat about an inch or two, and then come back into downward facing dog. Let's try that again 2 more times. Let the knees hover over your mat, back into downward facing dog. 1 more time. Let the knees hover over the mat, and then downward facing dog. Into dolphin from here. Coming down to your forearms. So here's our dolphin. drawing your heels down towards the ground. Coming back into downward facing dog. And then drawing your knees down to the ground, back into child's pose again. Coming out of child's pose to all fours. Step forward with the right hand, left hand into downward facing dog. Bend through the knees, look to the hands, walk your feet forward. Ankles, knees, hips in line with each other. Inhale, come up to halfway lift. Exhale, release and fold. 2 more times. Have soft knees here too to encourage the flat back. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release, fold. 1 more time. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, release, fold. Nice and strong through your foundation. That's your feet. And then inhale, coming all the way up. Engage your bandhas. Draw the arms up overhead. Exhale, taking your hands to your heart center. Very nice. Okay, placing both of your big toes together. So standing a little bit closer into fierce posture here. Draw the shoulder blades down. Root yourself down into the ground. Sit back into the squat. Check your alignment here, that your knees are not passing your toes. Engage your bandhas. Check your alignment again. Come into the twist here. Twisting over to the left side first. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Taking the right elbow onto the outside of your left knee. The right knee will want to jut forward, so pull it back. Have those hips and your knees square. Coming out of the twist with the exhale breath. Let the head hang. Inhale, come up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, overhead, strong to those legs. Exhale, sitting down into the squat. Hold your squat. Check your alignment, setting yourself up. Twisting over to the right side this time. Inhale and then exhale, twist. Elbow comes onto the outside of the right knee. Left knee will want to jut ahead, so pull it back, squaring the knees. Keep holding strong through those legs. With your exhale breath, releasing, so coming out of the twist, hands down, head hangs, straighten your legs. Inhale, come up to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Low lunge will be next. Place your hands onto your hips. Step your right foot back. Low lunge, coming down towards the ground with the hands. Checking our knee, so our knee, it does not pass our toes. You may open up your legs quite wide. Knee may rest on your mat, or your leg is up. Keep holding this low lunge. I'd like you to now press your right heel back as if you're pressing into a wall. You may tent your fingers. Stepping a little bit forward, and you can do a little momentum here, and then press off of the ball of your right foot and then forward. Big step forward. Let the head hang. Inhale, come up to halfway lift. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. Stepping back with the left foot now for our low lunge. So first our high lunge, and then taking it down to the low lunge. Open up quite wide. Knee may come down to the floor. Press that heel back into the wall. Opening up through the front of our thigh, our hip flexors. Checking your knee alignment so that the knee not passing your toes. Keep pressing the heel back. Now with a little momentum, we're going to take that left foot back to the front. Let the head hang, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Pop back, exhale, release. Feel your foundation and then inhale, coming up all the way, arms up overhead. Exhale. Hands to the heart center. Place your hands onto your hips again, stepping straight back with the right foot. Warrior one. All of your toes may face forward, or your heel is down to the ground. You would like a 45-degree angle. So finding what's going to be the best for you to help keep the hips square. Arms overhead. Relax through the shoulders. Turn your pinkies in. So opening up a little bit more. Check your knee alignment. Knee is not passing your toes. And then take your arms down. Big bend through the back knee, and then step forward, shift through the body. Stepping back with the left foot, bend through the knees. High lunge here, it's warrior one. Toes all facing forward, or that 45-degree angle, square your hips. So if you find your pelvis is quite tight right now, you may have all your toes facing forward. Your upper body sits right over top of your pelvis. Engage your bandhas. Draw your arms up overhead. Relax through the shoulders. So shoulders away from the ears. Pressing back. Sitting down into warrior one. And then arms, bring them down. Bigger bend through the back knee and then step forward. Shift to the hips. Warrior two, bend through the knees, step the right foot back. Here, I'd like your back foot in line parallel with the back edge of your mat. Inhale, draw your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, lunge forward, look over your middle finger. Relax through the shoulders. Upper body is over top of your pelvis. Left knee pointing straight ahead. Inhale, draw your right arm up overhead. Let the left arm release down to the left thigh. Extended side angle. Rotate through the body. Your waist is long on both sides. Keep it long. Exalted warrior, taking your right arm down. Take your left arm up. Long through the waist and lift up and over the left arm. Relax your shoulders. Coming out of exalted warrior, back to warrior two, bend through the back knee, and then step right to meet the left. Shift through the hips. We'll come to this side, so I'm open with you. Bend through the knees, step the left foot straight back, and then take the heel down. Lining up your foot with the back edge. Heels in line with each other, or front heel in line with the back arch. Inhale, sweep your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, lunge forward. Knee pointing straight ahead. Check the alignment, sitting up over top of your pelvis with the upper body. Engage your bandhas, look over your middle finger. Extended side angle, take the right arm down, lift up and over with the left arm, relax through the shoulders. Now a little rotation through the upper body, long through the waist. Keep breathing. Relax through the shoulders. Exalted warrior will be next. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming up and over to exalted warrior. Coming out of exalted warrior back to warrior two, and then bend through both knees a little bit deeper. Step left to the right. Shift through the hips. Forward fold. I'm just going to turn this way, stepping out with the right foot. Turn all of your toes to face the front. Relax through your shoulders. Open up your legs quite wide. Bend through the knees enough to help keep back flat when we do the fold forward. Inhale, you may sweep your arms up overhead, and then exhale, dive forward, bend through those knees. Get the flat back. Take your hands down to the ground, parallel with your feet. Taking your hands down or tent the fingers. Elbows come between your legs. The goal is to get the crown of the head down to the ground. So bend the knees a little bit more. Slowly coming out, inhale, walk your hands forward. Exhale, come up to halfway, place your hands onto your hips. Inhale all the way up, small back bend through the upper part of your back. Draw the navel in, long through the spine. Exhale, releasing, coming out. Bend through those knees, step right to the left. Shift through the hips. Okay, top of the mat. Making our way down to the ground to pigeon here. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, come up to halfway lift. Your ankles, knees, and hips may be in line with each other. And then release, take your hands down to the ground, step back with the right foot. Left foot to plank. Here, jut the body forward. Knees come down to the ground. Fold into the ground. Your elbows hug your waist always. Uncurl the toes. Inhale to up dog. Draw the shoulders down, away from your ears. Pubic bone down. Draw the navel in. Push the tops of your feet down. Exhale, release. Do that again. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, release. One more time. Try pubic bone down, tops of the feet down. Pull the navel in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes down to the ground. Push right up. Elbows hug your waist. Downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg straight up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bend through the knee. And then step forward to pigeons. Returning the right knee out to the right wrist here. Okay, the goal is to have our shin parallel with this lovely short edge of our mat. That's the goal. Our hips are probably really quite tight from the day. Finding what works for you. I have my foot tucked in quite a bit. Inhale, coming up, sleeping pigeon. Exhale, fold. You may have support here for the right hip. You may have a pillow underneath your right hip, blanket for that support. I have my left toes down to the ground to help keep my hips square. You may uncurl your toes though. Let the forehead rest. Coming out of sleeping pigeon, take your hands back and then come back to downward facing dog, or you may come to child's pose or all fours. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg straight up. Exhale, bend through the knee, stepping forward, turn the left knee out to the left wrist. Your shin, the goal is to have it parallel with the short edge of your mat. So it would look like that. Or just have that a little bit more of a knee bend and tuck the foot in. Hands on the ground, hips square to help to do that. Left toe or right toes down. Inhale. Exhale to sleeping pigeon. We were in king pigeon there, so you may stay in king pigeon. You may also do, so coming into pigeon, sleeping pigeon, or you may lie on your back. I'm sorry I didn't show you this option. You may lie on your back and then cross your left ankle over the right knee to figure four. Coming out of sleeping pigeon or figure four to downward facing dog or child's pose or all fours. And then everyone, if you're in downward facing dog, bend through the knees and then come into child's pose. Arms may be forward or arms may be back. Releasing out of child's pose to sage pose. Marichisana 3. Turn this way. Take your left leg forward and then cross your right leg over top of the left leg. Sit up tall. Left leg is straight or the knee is bent. If you find that your hips are really lifting off of the ground, straighten the right leg. Sit up tall. Pull yourself in towards that leg. Left hand, place it onto the outside edge. Right hand comes behind, tent your fingers or hand is flat. Sit up tall again. Your elbow may come onto the outside edge too. And then exhale, twist over towards the right side. Looking over your shoulder is the last part. Think of your spine as the spiral staircase, twisting from the lumbar to the thoracic, to the cervical part of your spine. Coming out of Marichisana, twisting, releasing. Into the other side. Right leg straight, cross your left leg over, sit up tall, pull yourself in, set yourself up, take your left hand behind, tent your fingers or hand is flat, and then hand onto the outside or the elbow, and then you can have the hand up. With the exhale breath, coming into the twist, lumbar, thoracic, cervical. Your right toes are pointing up towards the sky. Coming out of Marichisana, C or sage pose, releasing to cow face. Turn to face this way here, taking the right leg over top of the left leg. The goal is to line up the knees so they're sitting on top of each other. You may do this cow face pose, lying down on your back, crossing your right over top of the left, holding onto the ankles or holding underneath your legs. Adding the arms if you like. I have a band here. So you may want to use your band. Taking the right arm overhead, so holding onto the band, and then take the left arm behind. Walking your hands as close as possible together to open up through the shoulders, the front of the chest. Lots of opening postures tonight to get blood flowing through our body, feeling alive. slowly releasing your arms, releasing your legs. Windshield wiper, knees side to side. Make your way into the other side. So again, you may do this lying down on the ground. Left leg would be coming over top of the right leg. The goal is having your knees stacked on top of each other. You may also have the right leg straight and the left leg crossed. Take the left arm up, over, right arm comes behind. You may use your band, your strap, and then take your hands as close as possible together, holding on to your fingers. Opening up through our shoulders here, chest, our hips. Slowly releasing your hands, arms come down. Release your legs, uncross, windshield wiper, knees side to side. So feet wider than the hips, and then do the windshield wiper. Okay, release. Hero will be the next posture with blocks or a pillow. I'm going to show you a couple different versions. You may sit on one block or 2 blocks and sit in hero like this. Taking pressure off your knees, you may sit a little bit higher, so 2 blocks. You may come into a back bend, lift your pelvis up, and then down. So just lift up and then down for the back bend. Last version would look like this. If you have a hard pillow, a bolster, I have here. I'm going to tuck my bottom in to the bolster. Oops, sorry, I didn't tuck my bottom in yet. The right way. Okay, so tuck your bottom in. My knees are pointing straight ahead. My heels are on the side of my body. Tuck your bottom in and then lift up your bottom and lie back. Now, this one, you might have your feet talking to you. It is a big opener into the front of our feet, but you'll feel the most energy coming through that feet. A nice tingling sensation as you come out. So finding which version of hero is going to work for you. Let yourself settle. Then coming out of hero into child's pose. So just remove any of the props that you don't need into child's pose. Coming out of child's pose to all fours. So I'm going to remove this prop here. We are doing a little turn from child's pose. It's going to look like this. Your right hand is going to step out to the edge of your mat. Your left hand will come to an angle to the corner of your mat. Kickstand your legs. So take them over to the side and then sit back. Forehead may rest. Coming up, extend your legs back, take your arms back. Step out with the left hand, take your right hand to the corner or even further. Kickstand the legs. Feel the opening into the side of the body, sitting down, let the forehead rest. You may uncurl the toes. Relax your left elbow down to the ground. And then come out of child's pose variation. And then knees turn out to the sides of your mat. Another variation of child's pose. Sit back into the heels, opening up through our hips. Let the forehead rest. Coming out of child's pose, Halasana, and then up, and then turn over to the side of your body. Coming down to the ground, you may come down to the side of your body and then lying down on your back, having your band just ready, handy here. So just by the side of the body. You may also come onto your bottom and then make a C curve through the spine and come down one vertebra at a time. Draw your knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze. Release your left foot down to the ground. Hold on to your band, your strap. Place it underneath of your right foot. If you don't have a band or a strap, you do not need it, so not to worry. You may hold on to your leg. Let's point, flex the foot. Hold the foot flexed, toes down towards you. Hold on to the leg or your strap, your band. Relax your shoulders. Straighten out the left leg. Head rests, shoulders rest. Hold on to the leg, or you may hold on to your big toe with your peace fingers. So hold on to your band or your big toe, your leg, and then take the right leg over to the right side. The left hip may want to really pop up, so keep it down, press down onto it. Your foot is still flexed. Take your leg back to the center, hold onto your band with your left hand, or your leg now comes up and over to the left side. Right arm may come into line with your shoulder. Arm is straight or bend at the elbow. leg comes back up. Take your left, bend through the left knee, and then take your foot into the band. Our legs together here. Remove the right leg, knee is bent. Point and flex your foot here first. Hold the foot flexed, toes towards you, straighten your leg. Hold on to the band or your leg. Straighten the right leg down to the ground. Okay, hold on to the band with the left hand, or peace fingers, hold on to the big toe, or just the leg itself, and then take your leg over to the left side, open up. Notice that the right hip is popping up, press down. Take your leg back to the center, hold on to the band with your right hand, and take your leg up and over to the right side. Arms straight or that bend in the elbow. Flex the foot. Take your leg back to the center. Place your right foot into the band. Straighten those legs. And then release. Bend your knees, release the band. Place it onto the side. Knees, tuck them in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Release, and then take your legs over to the left side. So bring your legs up and over to the left side. Little twist here. I'm just gonna scooch my body over so I'm staying in the camera. Arms come in line with your shoulders. Arms straight or that bend in the elbows. Turn your head the opposite way of your legs. Left hand may come onto the outside of the right knee. Head back to the center. With your core strength, take the knees back to the center. Knees come into the chest, releasing. And then I'm just gonna scooch over to the other side. Legs up, take them over to the right side. Arms in line with your shoulders, straight or the bend in the elbows. Turn your head opposite way. Place your right hand onto the outside of the left knee. Close your eyes. Let your body soften. Relax. Head comes back to the center, out of the twist, and the blood flows again. Draw the knees into the chest. Release, feet come down to the ground. Knees are bent. See if you can touch your heels. That's the right distance that your heels are away from your bottom. Into bridge, always looking up towards the sky so you don't kink your neck. Draw the pelvis up towards the sky for bridge. You may hold onto the pelvis with your hands, or you're walking the shoulders underneath your body, holding on to your hands. Knees are being drawn away from your pelvis. drawing your navel in. The closer your palms are together, the bigger the stretch into the shoulders, your chest, the bigger the opening. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your knees. Releasing your hands, walk your shoulders out. Pelvis comes down towards the ground, knees come into the chest and squeeze. Plough Halasana is our last posture. If you haven't done plough before, you may watch me first and then come into it yourself. But please, again, don't look around when you're doing plough. You don't want to hurt your neck. You don't want to kink it or anything. Plough, bend through the knees and then take your legs up. And then roll your pelvis up and over. You may hold onto your hips, flex your feet. Taking your toes gently down to the ground, lift your hips up higher. You may have the knees bent. And then slowly coming out of plough. You may try that on your own. And then after plough, please do whatever other movement, posture that you would like to do yourself. You may need to do another little squeeze in towards the knees, bring it into the chest. You can do twists. Before we make our way to Shavasana, clear your props away from your body. You may place a blanket onto your body. Shavasana, lying on your back, lying on the side of your body. You may have a nice, build up a nice incline, so you're lying on that incline. If you're pregnant, then lying on that incline. Use your props. Okay, let's make our way to Shavasana now. Nice and warm. Letting your body settle. Close your eyes, and your eye sockets are heavy. Let yourself smile. Let your facial muscles relax. Bring your lips together, then let them part. Feel your neck muscles relax. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your arms grow heavy, relax. Feel your chest, your tummy relax. Squeezing your glutes and then let them release. Coming down your thighs, your shins, letting them relax. Let your ankles, your feet relax and melt. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly starting to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Feeling a smooth energy. Feeling a calmness. Calmness that surrounds you. A little shift through the body. And if you are lying on your back, you may bend through the knees, take the right arm overhead, and roll over to the right side of your body. Take a moment. Gently then make your way up to a seated position. Placing your hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.